Now, models have bodies to die for, which means a lot of work to keeping fit. USN Ambassador and Mr. South Africa 2013 second runner-up, Jacques Fagan, knows firsthand. Jacques, what does it take to look the way you do?
Well, I think first of all it must be part of your daily routine. It needs to be a habit, it needs to be something that you're passionate about, and it's something that you need to be dedicated for at the end of the day.
Daily routine, exactly. Just walk us through like what your day looks like.
Well,
do you wake up and run 20 kilometers?
Well, it depends on what phase I'm in. Like, for instance, I'm preparing now for my competition in Vegas. So I'll be waking up early in the morning, 5 o'clock, and I'll go train on an empty stomach. Mostly do cardiovascular exercises, because that's the best time to really burn body fat and get your body fat down as low as possible. And then I'll do a second training session at night, mainly consisting of weight training. And then obviously with that goes in a diet, depending on what my goal is.
I'm happy to see, Jacques. Now I need to get control of this discussion back from Nozi. I'm interested to know about the diet, because I mean the weightlifters and the bodybuilders can really go to extremes. I mean, happy to see that you're not at that extreme. You know, you're kind of proportional rather than those very strange bodies that develop when you overdo it. But those guys eat like lots of eggs, and the diet is huge and expensive.
Exactly, but I think at the end of the day it comes down to educating yourself in terms of what is important for your goal, and according to that you fine-tune your diet. So for me, as I don't consume a lot of carbs, high calories, so I try to maintain a lean and a low weight percentage right through the year. And again, just making sure my goal is to stay lean right through the year and not eat too much carbs, not to eat high fatty foods.
Have you followed the Noakes controversy? Tim Noakes saying cut out the carbs.
I followed briefly, but the thing is, at the end of the day, is I do what works for me, and I follow my own experiences, and that's the best way, because my diet might not always work the same for you or for the other person. It's trial and error, but the basics still stay the same.
Now, let's talk about Mr. South Africa, and you also the fact that you're wearing a USN t-shirt and you're a USN ambassador. How are you able to separate the negative perceptions about that come with brands like USN, where people think that no, this is about using drugs that you shouldn't be using to fuel the body, it's about unfair competitive advantage over others, and you're saying I'm not competing as a sportsman, but I'm competing in another arena, and in actual fact this is not the perception. How do you work around that?
I think it's all about balance, you know. For me, is I try to put myself completely out of my comfort zone, and with anything in life there will always be some sort of negative connotation regarding that. For me, is I like to try to stick to the basics, what is healthy, what is good, and I follow guidelines, I follow expert advice from people like Gareth Pell, who's working for USN, who advise me basing on the right nutritional food, the importance of supplementation, how to incorporate that within your diet. And I think following the basics and not listening to the trend, what's going out there, and the stigma around prohibited substance, stay away from it. If you don't know what you're doing, stay away from it and follow the guidelines.
What about, you know, Mr. South Africa, that's the comment, Miss South Africa is the other one, so you have to have, there's a body, that's an important element, and then there are interviews where the girls certainly try to show that they care about giraffes, animals and things like that, and nature, and look after children and so on. So how do you manage that stuff? How much is really the body, and how much is actually personality, ability to converse, and, you know, doing more than just looking good?
Yeah, like I said again, Mr. South Africa is about a balanced package. It's someone that's not only just about good looks, it's someone that really can inspire people through his life story, someone that lives up to expectation. It's not someone that will stand on a pedestal and shout out, but it's actually one that's taking action and lead through example. So we also go through different amounts of interviews, testing our knowledge, testing our communication skills, testing how you work with people, interact with people. And at the end of the day, it's just being yourself. I think at the end of the day, people can see when you're sincere, and someone who can inspire people through your actions. That is my goal in life. It's just doing what I do, doing what I'm passionate about, and sharing my life experience that will inspire people out there.
The Mr. South Africa brand, though, somewhat lags behind the Miss South Africa brand and the Mrs. South Africa brand to some extent. Do you get a sense that you need to work a little bit harder to get the visibility that a Miss South Africa would get?
Yeah, for sure. I think the Miss South Africa has really been a brand that has got a lot of big sponsors involved, so that obviously makes the life of exposure much easier. But it depends on the individual himself. I can do a lot of stuff on my own that can create
Sorry, Jacques. The amount of money involved here, is this a profession for you now? You talked about what you do in the morning and the evening. Do you have to also go to the office somewhere or do some other work, or is this your job?
No, for sure. I think at the moment this is more my passion. So I still got a full-time job. I work full-time for USN. So I try to fit in my passion with my work as well, because I feel a balanced lifestyle is making time for your family, for your friends, for your passion, for your work. And a combination of all those things constitute a healthy, balanced lifestyle. So yes, I do work full-time, and hopefully if it goes well and I put in a lot of effort and do well in the World Final, then it's something might shift my direction into making it a full-time profession.
Is the World Final in Las Vegas?
Yes, yeah.
So I understand that you're off to the World Finals and then you're going to have to strike some poses. If you will, a few poses for me.
I was waiting for this.
A few poses for me, just to see what you're going to be looking like in Las Vegas. You know, we might miss the show because we're on air and all of that. And then we can wish you luck and vote for you, whatever we need to do.
Yeah, I'm sure we can do that.
So show us what you're going to do there.
David, take notes.
I can also do this if you want me to, eh?
Yeah.
No.
I can also take off my jacket.
So one of my poses will be basically this on stage.
Okay.
But
And then just one more. One more pose, please.
But why that? Why that sideways one? Okay.
Oh, well, I think it's more just about showing your physique from the side. You normally got poses from the front, from the side.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I think
you must take off that wire. It's obstructing the view.
I can't think.
Yeah, but it's all about fun, and the thing at the end of the day, the show is about more than just also your body. It's about marketability, it's about presentation, it's about stage personality, and at the end of the day, just enjoying. You put in the hard work, and now it's just going and enjoying yourself.
Jacques, you're a great star. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That was Jacques Fagan, who is Mr. South Africa 2013, second runner-up and USN ambassador, and off to Las Vegas.